The women's soccer team is a different story. They're about to take a hit. They are embarrassing us. That's what I think, Jonathan. They're embarrassing us time after time after time. First, they go up against the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese sing their anthem loud and proud. There are women who could barely find a mumble. Maybe 2 or 3 tried to find a mumble of a few of our lyrics, and at least half didn't even have their hands on their heart. Now they go out again against, it was the Dutch, right? And the Dutch are singing it loud and singing it proud. Their anthem, once again, there's our ladies phoning it in. They could barely spare a word. They don't care to represent the United States with any sort of pride. And so I've been asking, what are they doing there then? Why go out there? Only a couple put their hands on the heart, and fewer actually managed to sing a lyric or two, is the one guy who actually refused to take a knee when our national anthem played. What do you make of this?
Well, I do think it sucks. I think it is telling about where we are as a country. And kind of the first thing that comes to my mind is, the people who are playing for these other countries, their countries that they live in aren't perfect, and no country is. And if you would compare some of the things that go on in our country and some of the things that go on in these other countries, you would think that it would be the other way around, because of, how, great the U.S. is overall. Obviously, the U.S. has had downfalls and, a history that isn't spectacular. But one of the things that my pastor always says about us as individuals is that we haven't done everything right, but we haven't done everything wrong either. And that is the lens that I try my best to see America through. Yes, America has had, again, its downfalls and its pitfalls, but it hasn't done everything wrong. We wouldn't be where we are today if America did everything wrong. And I just think that it's not a bad thing to have pride in your country and where you were born or where you come from or anything like that. I think it's normal. I think it's natural. And I think it is something that we should do. We should understand that being Americans binds us together, and we are the experiment that can take people from all over the world and give them a message and a meaning of what it means to be American and have them pursue their dreams. And I think that's something beautiful and something that we should take pride in. And so, for me, standing in the bubble wasn't completely about the flag or about America. It was more so about using that platform to share the gospel for what I thought was the real antidote for the problems that we see. But at the same time, I wanted to show a pride that, I don't think it's the right thing to kneel for the national anthem in that moment. And so, I would say it would only benefit us for them to do the right thing and to share, their pride. But at the same time, the America that they live in affords them the freedom to go and not sing the national anthem or put their hands over their heart. And again, I think that speaks to how great America is.
I just think of, all the guys, every Memorial Day, we do an in-depth piece with a veteran who, who's been out there serving our country, just to remind people, what are we remembering on Memorial Day? What are we actually supposed to be thinking about? And I think about somebody like Marcus Luttrell, who, thank God, is alive and survived his lone survivor ordeal, which was so traumatic and harrowing that they've made books and movies about it. But I think about him. Get up. You put your hand over your heart and you sing, because the United States of America produced a man like that, along with his twin brother. And they're out there serving us still in different ways. That's why you put your hand over your heart and you sing the national anthem. It's not about you and your petty grievances. And these women, Jonathan, I looked it up. Megan Rapinoe is on the bench because she can't quite make the starting lineup this year. But she made $7 million last year. She's kneeler in chief. She said she'll never sing the national anthem again for the country that paid her $7 million just last year alone, never mind what she makes every other year. Trinity Rodman's out there. She's on the U.S. women's soccer team. She's Dennis Rodman's daughter, though apparently they don't have much of a relationship. Last year alone, $2.3 million. She's not grateful. She doesn't appreciate the country that created the environment, the capitalist world in which she was able to earn that both on the field and off, thanks to all the endorsements she's gotten. At age 21, you know what sliver of 21-year-olds in America have made 2 million, 2.3 in the past year? Almost none. But she's not grateful, Jonathan. She's angry. She's angry at the country. So's Crystal Dunn, 2 million last year. Same thing. Couldn't muster the ability to honor our country. Neither could Sophia Smith. Same thing. $2 million just last year. These girls are 22, 21. I find it disgusting, and I feel like it's part of what we're doing to young people today, Jonathan. We have too few Jonathan Isaacs and too many, sports stars who want to shame the country and lead these up-and-comers to believe it's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, Megan. I'd agree. It is very unfortunate, and I think about what we could be, as a unified America, where again everyone understands that America hasn't done everything right, but everyone takes pride in the fact that they have done some things right and are continuing to move in a better direction for everybody. And so, what would it look like if we were able to truly band together, everyone, white, black, and different from different ethnicities and backgrounds, and share that American dream, that American pride, that American vision? What a force we would be for the world. I think about that, but I think more so, again, it comes down to America going through a spiritual battle that is overtaking our youth, that is overtaking our country. And I think, initiatives like, that I'm trying to start and that other people are trying to start as well, are trying our best to push back against that and hopefully instill that American pride, instill those values, those constitutional values that has made America great.
Yes, that's right. And to remind people, like, protest is fine, but remember who you're representing. Remember, in this role, to me, it's, you want to go out there and protest, America. You want to march with BLM. Okay. You want to march with the Women's March. Okay. Even though that's not what they stand. They're not for women. They're for an entirely different agenda. But when you're out there representing the United States of America, stand up, put your hand on your heart, and sing. Sing. Don't embarrass us. Don't embarrass our country, and don't dishonor the people who have served this country and given literally everything so that those stars and stripes could be waving over their heads. Look, you did the tough thing during COVID. You paid your people and pulled your business through the pandemic. And now doing the tough thing could qualify you for up to $26,000 per employee at covidtaxrelief.org. Government funds are available to reward companies with 2 or more employees who stayed open during COVID. This is not a loan, and you don't have to pay it back. The program's complicated, but no one knows more about it than the CPAs and tax experts at covidtaxrelief.org. You pay nothing up front. They do all the work, and then they share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types, including nonprofits and churches, can qualify, even those who took PPP loans, and even if you had increases in sales. You did the tough thing for your employees during COVID. Now let covidtaxrelief.org help get you up to $26,000 per employee. Visit covidtaxrelief.org. covidtaxrelief.org, covidtaxrelief.org. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.